Right, we were talking about how black fighters can't reach out to community. You and Demetrious have been both fighting on Fox last December. Have you gotten more attention based off of fighting from Fox, like from your community, if anything?
Oh yeah, I would say in California mostly. Out here, man, I'm in the awkwardest places. Like I was telling somebody, I was at a club and it was dark as hell, and I'm not the lightest person in the club, and this dude was like right across from me, like, that's Uriah Hall. And I just walked up and I'm like, dude, how the hell did you spot me, bro? Like, how did you see me in this dark? It's like, I know your head, bro. Like, all right, cool. But I get those people, and when I get those people, I get a lot of kids too, like African American kids, and they're always throwing that inspirational thing on me, and again, it didn't hit me like she said, like I was inspiring people, and got a lot of people. Cops came up to me. Today
even they got outside the Rockefeller.
But this one cop came up to me, and I thought we were getting arrested. They actually did the whoop whoop, like we were walking, and I thought my friend did something. I looked at him like, "What did you do, bro?" And the cop was running to us, and I was like this, and he was like, "Hey man, I'm a big fan." Thank you, bro. So, it's cool, man. It's cool.
What about you, Demetrious? From based on fighting from Fox, you main evented 3 times last year.
Yeah. I would say a lot, huge, which is awesome. I barely leave the house, but when I do, it's like people notice me, and it's cool. It's awesome.
Oh, sorry. Rhonda's worse, bro. She'd be like this. So this one time at band camp.
Right, yeah.
Are you kidding me? So she got hanging stuff.
Hanging balls, right? Hanging balls.
And I'm trying to think, well, what did I do so differently on the show? And I guess my story they took where I was here, and here, and now I got it to here. So I think that the sport's definitely growing. And if we just keep that positive outlook and that positive regimen in that way, we'll definitely get far. And something like this is definitely going to be a booster. So I agree with everything he says about being that example of a better role model. Because we can't do this forever, and kids are the future pretty much. Pass it on. Pay it forward. Give it.
Stay black.
Stay black.
Yep, I'm waiting for it.
Stay black.
What do you think, Karyn? Is it important to you guys to kind of bring MMA to a bigger audience?
I think so. I which is why I was really kind of intent on wanting to do this, because I didn't understand. I always tell people just come to one fight, or just watch one fight with me, and if you absolutely don't like it after you've seen it, then all right. But I feel like I don't know why, if it's the resistance, like you said, with the ground game or what. But I think it's important because it's a great outlet. I mean, I worked for Showtime Championship Boxing for 3.5 years, and we've heard over and over and over and over the story of the guy who brought his family out of poor situation by strapping on some boxing gloves and literally fighting out of poverty. And I feel that this is an equivalent opportunity, for people to better their lives. And because I spend so much time, obviously I'm not in it as much as you guys, but the amount of time I spend in the gyms, the amount of respect, loyalty, just life lessons that I feel that people learn in the gym amongst their teammates is something that you can carry forward into other parts of your life. And I really believe that's very strong, that whole martial arts mindset. Of honor and respect and duty and service, all of that. I just think it's really important. And I just also, not for nothing, the amount of athleticism that black athletes could bring to the sport could be phenomenal, And it's another outlet. If guys are amazing wrestlers in college who can now make a career out of it. Like Tyron Woodley was like 48-0 in college as a wrestler or something insane. Now it's a legitimate job opportunity. And I think if they take it like these guys are doing with, the right mindset and being mindful of of looking after your brand and your person and as well as yourself as an athlete, it's a great opportunity. And because it's an individual thing, some people may not, I don't have a football team to join. I don't have a, whatever to get on. You for a little bit of money, even nothing, you could walk into a gym and be like, look, I don't have any pads, I don't have any gear, but I would love to learn how to wrestle or something. I feel like the people that I know, the gyms I know, would welcome you. Somebody like Mark Munoz does all kinds of, seminars and stuff for kids all the time, constantly, and I find that so many people I know in the sport are like that. They're constantly trying to give and foster the sport and keep newcomers, joining in. So.
there's still and it's a little bit of a dated perception, but there's still a perception like that MMA is for like, you know, redneck like white people from like the South.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever gotten that from like, you know, one of your friends, like, why are you doing that? It's all a bunch of like, you know, white dudes in like tap out shirts, you know, from the South.
Well, my friends don't say, but I'm not them out. But but I get people who kind of already put in that characterizes that already, like, dude, you know, the people who are not smart or don't know what they're doing or just accountable or whatever. And I'm just like, no, man, I'm not like that. I don't walk around punching people in the face, you know. I do professionally in the ring. And to me, it's like, it's art. You know, it's really art. You're thinking on your feet. You have all these tools. You have your jiu-jitsu, your wrestling, your kickboxing, your boxing, and you're painting while you're in there, man. And I know to a lot of people that just already just see punching, and maybe those people never got in a confrontation in their life, so maybe to them they're just scared. But like Karyn said, and if you actually give it a chance, and who's that guy who was running president? He was supposed to be a president. Damn.
Oh, McCain.
McCain. Wow.
Yeah.
You don't know his. You know, he had to say, oh, you know, in the beginning, you know,
I wasn't sure.
I wasn't sure, but now, you know, it's safer, and there's a lot of things that's changed with it. So it's just giving it a chance.
You know, it's interesting. I definitely get it. You know, as a broadcaster, people say, "What do you do?" And I'm like, I'm a sportscaster.
I don't even want to tell people
what do you cover? I'm like, fighting. And then I just kind of pause 1,000, 2,000, and see, you know, where they go. And it's very unexpected. It's unexpected, and I think honestly, being a woman covering this kind of softens it to some people. Like, wow, well, if there's a chick covering it, and then now that you have really good women fighters too, I think that's. I'm not saying I'm a personal per se breaking it down, but I think when people see that there's more women in the sports and other kinds of journalists who are coming to the sports to cover it as a real thing, I think it's definitely helpful.
Do you feel like, as I guess black athletes in this specific sport, that you get a lot of, it's more pressure for you guys to have this role of, I am a professional athlete, I don't wear my pants sagging, I don't do this, as opposed to other athletes in your sport that you're under, you know, a microscope kind of. So
in the sport, or as an athlete overall?
In the sport. Not as an athlete overall, because I feel like in any other sport, it kind of would be maybe a little bit, like if you play football, there are a lot of black football. But in your sport, not so much. And then you have this like cloud that it's a redneck sport, like no one watches it. And now here you two guys are, and you're doing your thing. You're a champion, you're on your way, and it's like, do I have this microscope? Are people watching me even harder, like even more as an MMA fighter? Is it more pressure?
Well, I know for me, if I sneeze, it'll be on the tabloids. They're like, oh, you're right, I'll sneeze.